Hello, my friends. Welcome to a very quick run through of PMP style questions. Today, we're starting off with the people domain and we will progressively get through the other domains. Let's start off with task one, manage conflict. It reads, an experienced project manager notices that two team members have different approaches to completing a task, leading to frequent disagreements. The project manager needs to address this conflict to ensure the project progress. What should the project manager do next? I'll let you read it and decide. Hit the pause button if you need more time, though. All right, so taking a look at this question, we can immediately see some options that we wouldn't choose. And to be quite honest, you need to get good at reading through everything quick. As I read through, mentor the team members sounds positive. Facilitate a discussion between the team members sounds positive. Assign the task to a different team member doesn't sound good. As per best practice, let the project team members resolve the conflict on their own without intervening. That also sounds plausible. However, it says the project manager needs to address this conflict to ensure project progress. If you don't, the project could be hindered. So you must take some action. This question has been very kind by giving you some insights to what the answer possibly could be, and the answer needs to revolve around you taking action. This is a very kind question. On the exam, not every question is as kind. So the one that says, let the project team resolve the conflict on their own, does not support what is needed, right? Assigning the task to a different team member to show impartiality is not sensible because there's still going to be conflict festering between those two individuals. So let's get rid of that. Conflict really needs to be tackled at the root, which is conversation and dialogue. So we've got A and B. Let's read A. Mentor team members by creating a solution based on the project manager's own experience. Now you've read the end. It doesn't sound that good, does it? So we're going to cancel A. The best answer, my friends, in this case is option B. You guessed it. Facilitate a discussion between team members to find a mutually agreeable solution. This is really pointing towards the concept of problem solving, okay? Or at worst, maybe some sort of compromise or reconcile. Not smoothing, though. And you do need to know the differences between these two, okay? So let's go ahead and move to our next question, okay? So the answer, like I said, is B. It reads, facilitating a discussion. B aligns with managing conflict by encouraging collaboration and finding a solution that respects both perspectives. Imposing a solution undermines team autonomy. Reassigning the task avoids addressing the conflict, and not intervening can allow the conflict to escalate or remain unresolved. Okay. Now, the purpose of these questions, my friends, is not for volume. I've already given you over 500 questions here on YouTube. In fact, look in the links below and you can find over 500 questions. So the purpose of this is not to give you more questions, but it's to sensitize you to how the questions will be structured and the answers that follow and how you should use the process of elimination, okay? So this is a different set of question videos. Let's take one more and then we'll move on for the day. Here is task 2, leading a team. It reads, a project manager is leading a diverse team with members from different cultural backgrounds. The project manager wants to ensure all team members feel equally valued and heard. What should the project manager do? I'll give you time to read it. All right, so taking a look at this question, my friends, again, you can quickly run through at a high level and see if there's any you can eliminate. So organize social events. Doesn't sound bad, doesn't sound negative. Conduct regular one-on-ones. That doesn't sound negative either. Assign work based on cultural background. Now that doesn't sound smart, right? Assigning work based on cultural background is a sketchy one. It actually sounds a little bit exclusionary, like excluding people. And then D, encourage team members to solve work-related issues independently. Well, you got to remember what the problem is: equally valued and heard. So it's not really to do with solving work-related issues, and it's not about the work not fitting them. It just says a diverse team is on this project, and the project manager wants to ensure they feel valued and heard. C and D do not have enough to do with valued and heard based on what we read. So I'm going to cancel D and C. Taking a look at A and B, A sounds good. It sounds like a team building exercise, but will that make them feel heard? It might make them feel valued if you spend a lot of money on the social event and spend some time bonding and stuff, but will they feel heard, right? In order to feel heard, they must have a platform because you are the leader, you're a project manager, right? There's no platform in saying, hey, go have an offsite, go do this or that. And then we have B, conduct regular one-on-one meetings with each team member. Well, they will definitely feel heard in B, and they should feel valued because you are spending time to meet with them. So we're going to cancel A, and therefore the best answer is B. I understand that this sounds a little bit tricky in that you may want to organize events for the team to bond, but that's not the problem. They need to feel valued and heard. So it can be a little bit tricky, but let's go and read the answer down below here. So B, conduct regular one-on-one meetings with each team member. And that's that. And it says, one-on-one meetings ensure that each team member has the opportunity to be heard and their needs addressed, prompting inclusivity. Social events A may help bonding, but don't address individual needs. Assigning work based on cultural background can lead to stereotyping, and encouraging independent problem solving may not address the need for inclusivity. So there you have it, my friends. The first two tasks in the people domain. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. This is quality over quantity. We're not being speed demons in this review. I am pointing out to you the anatomy of the questions. And before we close, let me finish off by showing you the anatomy of these questions. Let's go back to question 1, because your exam will have similar themes. On very well-written PMP exam questions that are similar to the actual test, what you'll find in a lot of cases is a scenario, a very robust scenario explained, like usually mentions who is at play, the project manager. Then it gives you this scenario. So you understand who you are in the question, or who is in the center of the question, right? The project manager, and then the scenario, and then the problem. You need to address this conflict. And after the problem, it's watch this, my friends. This is very important. Most questions on the exam, I want to say about 90 to 95%, will have this kicker. What should the project manager do next? I want you to register this because you will see what should the project manager do next over and over and over and over again. You need to be ready to deal with this. What should the project manager do next? Now, something else I want to point out in this question we're looking at is the options. None of these options invokes a technical concept in the answers, in that You don't have compromise or reconcile, force or direct. Those are somewhat baked in to the answer. So when we facilitate a discussion, what we're using here is really more along the lines of problem solving or confronting, if you will, right? You're bringing it out in the open and confronting the conflict. When we talk about compromise, reconcile, force, direct, mentoring the team members by creating a solution is like forcing your solution on them. So it's like force, but you don't see forcing talked about anywhere. Assigning the task to a different team member is like conceding your position. So it's like a smoothing, if you will, or you could even say it's like a forcing and smoothing together, right? And saying let them resolve their own conflict on their own is kind of leaving it somewhere in the middle. So you do need to be able to read between the lines and say, what really is this? Is this problem solving? Is this avoidance, right? You could even say, letting the team members resolve their conflict is you avoiding the conflict. So you need to be able to see through the smoke and mirrors of the question, if you get what I mean. You will not get a lot of questions that explicitly state, oh, we're doing a cost-benefit analysis. Oh, you're doing crashing. Oh, you're doing fast. No, it will translate those ideas into options, and then you need to know. Let's take a look at the second one. So this one is all about inclusivity, diversity, and inclusion, and so on. So for this, it's also about team building and, just understanding the value of each team member, which goes to show you cramming does no good on this type of question. And you're going to have a boatload that are like this. So cramming is not going to do you much good. Again, taking a look at this question, what we have here is a scenario. Again, project manager leading a diverse team. It gives you a scenario, so it tells you who you are in the question. So let's highlight that as kind of green. So that's who you are. Then the scenario, okay? And then the problem or the need, right? Could be a need, could be a problem. Project manager wants to ensure team members equally feel heard. And of course, the kicker, what should the project manager do next? Or what should the project manager do? So this is the anatomy of all, majority of the questions, not all, because you have some drag and drops and other things, but you're going to get so many what should the project manager do next questions. I need you to be mentally ready to face them, okay? To get further clarity on how to answer these kinds of questions, look for my 100 scenarios for the PMP exam, and I hope it gives you some context and confidence. All right. For those of you who may see this in a timely fashion, I want you to be aware that I have a boot camp where I cover questions like this, and I also cover the entire syllabus for the PMP exam. And if you happen to watch this before my next boot camp, I want you to go on down to the website. It's hpmexam.com. On getting to hpmexam.com, you can sign up for a 3-hour rapid boot camp to help propel you to excellence on this exam. And when you get to hpmexam.com, you can read the details. 3 hours, you get a 600-page book to help you. And we cover this curriculum. As you can see here, we have this curriculum going through all the domains, people, process, and business, going through all the tasks, and really going deep to the next level, okay? So again, if you want to be part of that, or if you happen to be watching this just before one of our next ones, go on down to the website. It's hpmexam.com. I'll make that bigger so you can see it. It would be a pleasure to see you in that training program. Okay, we have one coming up pretty soon, but always check the website to see when the next one is. All right, my friends, you take care and all the very best. Bye for now.